Well, good Wednesday morning, Southeast Texas. A beautiful, beautiful morning across the area. Lots of clear skies. We'll start out with our roofing 911 Skycam network down in Port Arthur, sponsored by Market Basket. The weather fairly quiet. It should remain that way all the way through the weekend into early next week. No precipitation expected. Do have another cold front on the way. We'll talk about that in just a moment on our roofing 911 Skycam network over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. Lots of clear skies. Started out cold this morning. We really did. Mid-20s in the lakes. Along Interstate 10, we were in the upper 20s, 28 to about 30. So it was a cold morning, that's for sure. And already up to 52 now in some areas. That's nice. First time we've hit the 50s for highs in about 4 days. So warming up a little bit each day. We had 40s yesterday, 50s today. We will be in the 60s tomorrow, ahead of that next strong cold front working in before daybreak on Friday. Our roofing 911 Skycam network here in Beaumont, sponsored by Packard & Prague. Beautiful. Of course, good visibilities. Certainly nothing to deal with in the atmosphere today. Could see a few high clouds though coming in overnight tonight and tomorrow, but other than that, looks very nice. And of course, we started out very cold this morning, warming into the 50s this afternoon. Tonight, it'll be cold, but not quite as cold as this morning. We had upper 20s to near 30 on I-10. Tonight we'll be in the lower 30s to mid 30s across the area. Very, very nice. And as we said, humidity still very low as well. Had quite a bit of frost on the cars and rooftops this morning too. Lots of it. And our roofing 911 Skycam network outside our 12 studios, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. A beautiful Wednesday morning. Lots of clear skies. Now here locally tonight, as far as south of Interstate 10, probably avoiding any freezing temperatures, and even along Interstate 10 it'll be borderline 32 to 33 for a low tonight. But fantastic morning across Southeast Texas. Temperatures right now around 50 to 52. We're slowly warming up, thawing out, and we will be in the, as I said, mid 50s coming up later on today. Now we can go to the lakes area, talk about them a little bit on our roofing 911 Skycam network up in Jasper, sponsored by Provalis. Now, it was cold up there this morning. A lot of frost scattered in the lakes as well. You were down to about 20. There's some 24s and 25s across the lakes area this morning. Quite cold. You'll also be warming into the lower to middle 50s coming up this afternoon. Now, it's still going to be cold up there tonight. Probably some upper 20s still, 2 or 3 degrees warmer what we had this morning. We're slowly getting there. We'll get a day or two of warm weather, then the cold weather comes right back. But like I said, it's going to be precipitation free. That's good news, and it won't last too long. And of course, down in Port Arthur, our camera there, sponsored by Market Basket. A beautiful morning across the region. 46 in Jasper, 50 in Beaumont, still 49 in Orange, lower 50s over in the Houston area. And we'll warm up a few more degrees this afternoon across the rest of the state. Oh, it is still cold. Temperatures below normal. Even for South Texas, pretty chilly. 57 in Corpus, one of the warmest spots in Brownsville at 67. Of course, 48 Lake Charles, 43 Shreveport. Dallas still in the upper 30s at 39. Oklahoma City still below freezing at 27 degrees, 34 Fort Smith, Arkansas. So a cold morning, that's for sure, across the deep south and southern plains. Still be warming up as well over the next couple of days before that next blast of Arctic air hits us before daybreak on Friday. I'm tired of it. I wish it would go away. All right, across the nation, and there was some impressive temperatures this morning, especially around Minneapolis over to Chicago. They had a 0 earlier. Chicago's at 9, Minneapolis is at 5, Bismarck at 12. Brutally cold air in south central and southeastern Canada, and this will be heading southeastward beginning late tomorrow into Friday. We'll kind of be on the edge of that as it dives to the south and southeast coming up, as we said, late this week and over the weekend. Not too bad over the southwest, 61 in Phoenix, 57 in Los Angeles, 33 up in Billings. So cold across pretty much the entire U.S., maybe South Florida escaping the real cold. And even there, it's been pretty chilly. And right now, we're running about 11 degrees warmer than we were this time yesterday, 13 degrees warmer up in the lakes area than this exact same time yesterday. So remember, yesterday morning was the real cold morning. We got up into the 40s for highs. Today we will be in the mid to upper 50s. And then tomorrow, some lower 60s. So that will be nice as well. Even across southwestern Louisiana, temperatures running warmer than they were 24 hours ago. All right, futurecast. Temperatures looking pretty good at this hour. And we'll get up 54, 55, maybe a 56 this afternoon. Low to mid 50s for highs up in the Lakes area. Notice tonight a few high clouds working from west to east across the area. See those lows getting into the lower 30s tonight. That's still cold, but not quite as bad as this morning. Probably be some upper 20s still overnight tonight in the Lakes area. It'll be pretty cold, even with those thin high clouds streaming across the region. And tomorrow, 60s, low 60s, and it's been days since we've seen 60s for high temperatures. It's been quite some time, but we'll have them tomorrow. And then, of course, that next front will be coming in overnight Thursday night. You can kind of see the leading edge of the west to northwest winds coming in just about to Huntsville at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. And we'll have some breezing conditions and temperatures in the upper 30s for lows coming up for Friday morning. Now, tomorrow morning when you wake up, as we said, there's still going to be some upper 20s near 30 in the lakes. Dry air, light winds, mostly clear skies, just some cirrus coming across. There's going to be some 20s, upper 20s near 30 in the lakes tomorrow morning. Along I-10, 32 to 33. You get outside of Beaumont, get away from the heat island, some of the rural areas, when the air's dry, have clear skies, places like Vidor, Mauriceville, Pine Forest, Deweyville, those temperatures really drop. So probably 32, 33 along I-10, a little bit colder than that, as we said, in some of the rural areas, and low to mid 30s to our south along the coast. All right, in the upper atmosphere, things fairly quiet right now, mainly a west to east zonal flow, weak high pressure across Mexico. That's going to get pumped up in the northwest as this low deepens over the Midwest here on Chicago, and that's going to help pull in the Arctic air yet again beginning Friday into the weekend. Notice the big ridge out over the west, allowing that northwesterly flow to pump in that Arctic air coming up beginning on Friday. But good news, it doesn't last long. The cold air doesn't. Once again, no precipitation expected, so that's good. And look at the flow next week. This is what we like to see. Trough out west, west-southwest flow, and that's a much drier, maybe not drier, but a much warmer flow for sure, but I still don't see much of a chance of rain till this system moves in, probably late Wednesday of next week, the way it's looking right now. So a little bit warmer next week with a flow out of the southwest. Now your marine forecast for the rest of the afternoon, very light wind, seas only around a foot. Right now we're running at east-southeast at 6 miles an hour, some gusts to 9, seas only around a foot. All right, rest of the afternoon, sunny and warmer, highs in the mid-50s with light winds across the area. Now tonight, as we talked about a while ago, will be some scattered frost, low temperatures in the lower to mid-30s in the triangle, upper 20s near 30 up in the lakes area coming up tonight. So another cold night, but not frigid like it's been the last couple of mornings, especially yesterday morning. It was certainly cold then. 27 Burkeville, Newton, 28, 29 around Kirbyville. So pretty chilly. No need to drip any water tonight. In good shape there. That probably will come back on Saturday night. And here's that 7-day forecast. And we'll show you 56 this afternoon, lots of sun, few high clouds tomorrow, up to 62. That's the best of the days until we get to next Tuesday. 35, 53. All right, a lot colder there Friday compared to what we'll have tomorrow.